I'm the type of person who, like, I try to see the good in everybody. So, like, I try to understand why somebody did what they did to me. But now I'm coming to, like, a realization, like, you have to just, like, take things for what it is. If somebody's telling you one thing but showing you another, you have to take it for what it is.
Alright, what's good, everybody? It's your host, Pernell. I'm back here with the 3Sixty5Podcast. Today I got Nachaya Sparks from Detroit, Michigan. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Appreciate you for coming on the show. This is my first female guest, so I'm definitely glad to have you.
I feel honored. Thank you for having me.
So first, like, I know, like, you're a cheerleader here, sports management major, and you do a lot with your time and stuff. So just you being a cheerleader, do you feel like you like a bigger friend group or a smaller friend group?
I feel like even though I'm a cheerleader, like, I separate my, like, cheer friends from, like, regular friends. Like, of course, like, we're a family, us being on the same cheer team and stuff like that. But I still, like, have my, like, separate friend group outside of cheer.
Do you feel like your friend group has grown in strength? Because I know you're a senior now since you've been in college.
I feel like it stayed the same. Like, when I came here, I hung with about, like, maybe 4 to 5 people. And, like, 2 of those people left, but, like, we added, like, 2 more. Like, so it's pretty much stayed the same, like, around 5 people.
Is that, like, the same thing with high school? Because I know a lot of people in high school, like, kind of drift apart. You still talk to the people back from high school or no?
I talk to a few, not a lot, though.
I know, I think, for me, I keep in touch with most of my friends from high school. Like, when we back at home in Cleveland, we still kick it, play basketball, or whatever the case is. But I think I like a smaller friend group just because I feel like you don't have as many different personalities and stuff when stuff goes south or whatever. And then for you, do you feel like it takes you a long time to trust somebody? Friendship, relationship, whatever.
I think it's easier for friendships. I think I make friendships way easier than, like, I do, like, with relationships, because I've only been in, like, 1 relationship. So it takes me a pretty long time. I'm the type of person, like, I like to, like, watch people and, like, just, like, see what type of things they do, like, read people, if you say. So it takes a pretty long time, but friends are definitely more easier than, like, relationships.
Do you think if you see, like, one red flag, it's over with, or are you still, kind of, you say you take a long time, so?
I kind of ignore the red flags sometimes.
Why do you ignore the red flags?
I don't know. I shouldn't, but I feel like that's what I'm learning now, not to ignore them, because I've ignored them a lot in my past. But now I'm at a place where, like, I try to cut it, like, when I see it.
Give me an example, like, when you ignored the red flag, and it came back to bite you in the hand.
Probably with my relationship. Not that it was, like, bad or anything, but, like, I dealt with things that, like, I probably shouldn't have dealt with. But since I love that person, I was like, it's okay.
Love made you blind, kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like it's a good thing, but it's a scary thing at the same time, because you get to know that person, you do everything with that person, but you with them so much, you don't see the little stuff, or this happened or that happened, and I don't feel like I really ever had to deal with that, though. At least from what I know of, from maybe people I've talked to in the past, but my current relationship now, I don't think I ever had to deal with that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but, like, what's something you wish you could tell your younger self? Because obviously you got the experience and stuff now. You've been going through life, and what do you feel like is something you would tell your younger self now?
Just to keep going, like, don't give up. Because I know and, like, my insecurities, I would probably say something to my younger self about that. Because when I was younger, I was very insecure. Like, it was bad. But when I grew up and came to school, it kind of, my insecurities, like, they're still here, of course, but, like, I deal with them way better. Like, I'm way more confident now. So just be confident.
Do you think that the insecurities came from you, like, yourself, or from other people? Because
probably other people around me. I always, like, compare myself to other people. Like, I didn't look like most girls, like, my age. So probably people around me.
I think for me, I got my insecurities from other people too. Just because you hear jokes and stuff is cool, though. Like, it's funny to laugh about it, but then sometimes when it's every
you can tell, like, a joke from, like, when somebody, like, dead serious. Like, I can take a joke, but
right. I think I would tell myself, my younger self, that your dreams change, and So do your goals though. Cause I think when we so young, people tell you like, oh, like, or they ask you, this is what you're gonna do when you get older, and you thinking, oh, like this is what I'm definitely gonna do because I said, but everybody got different type of passion or whatever. Obviously my dreams changed with, I know I talked about in the last episode with football and just starting this podcast and stuff like that. I never would have thought I was doing that at a younger age. The whole time I'm going to the NFL and I'm doing this and that, and I feel like it's so many different things that could change your dream. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Cause I know you're 22 now, right?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I want to be working on like a sports team, maybe football, whether that's like helping them scout, like working in their office. Like, I want to definitely be working with a football team. That's my main goal right now. And that's crazy because when I was younger, I wanted to be a singer.
Bro.
But
can you sing or you?
I can. I came here for the choir originally. Okay. So, but yeah, I definitely want to be working with sports, football mainly. But I'm down to like work with any sport, basketball, baseball. But anywhere in the sports field, really.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me with sports marketing. I'm open to all of it. And you think that your younger self would be proud of you now and where you're at?
I think she would be definitely proud of me. Yeah. And yeah, I think she would be proud. I don't know. I be in my head a lot, so.
Speaking of you being in your head, where are you mentally right now?
I feel like mentally, I think I'm in a great place mentally. Only because the last like 2 years, I wasn't in the greatest place mentally. I was going through a lot, like to myself a lot. And like I worked so hard to like come out of that place mentally. So right now I feel like really good actually. Like,
what did you do pulling yourself out of that? For people who like watching who might be struggling with how to pull themselves out of it. Do things that you find happiness in, whether that be like hanging with your friends, even when you don't feel like it, like get yourself out of bed, get your hair done, like get your nails done, self-care. I know one of my biggest like coping mechanisms is like playing the game. Like I play the game, I play Call of Duty. So I played the game a lot, shopped a lot. That's probably not a good one, but. I mean, that's cool as long as you ain't overspending, but that's cool.
I overspend sometimes, but I mean, it was worth it. But yeah, just do things that make you happy, like.
And then what do you feel like you've dealt with in the past, like as far as disappointment? Like how do you deal with disappointment? Previously versus how you do now.
At first, I took disappointments like very like hard. Cause like I don't like to disappoint people, so I wouldn't expect to be disappointed. But probably the biggest like thing I've taken from disappointments is like to just take everything for what it is. I'm the type of person who like I try to see the good in everybody, so like I try to understand why somebody did what they did to me, but now I'm coming to like a realization like you have to just like take things for what it is. If somebody's telling you one thing but showing you another, you have to take it for what it is. Like if they wanted to, they would.
Yeah, like actions speak louder than words. So many people that go, oh, like, yeah, I love you, but you did this.
Do the opposite.
Or you did that. I think I deal with disappointments now. Like I take it and turn it into something positive. Because you're going to be disappointed all the time. It's just,
regardless.
That's just a thing by people or with yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're not perfect. We're human. But yeah, I'm still trying to do better on that. Because sometimes I go into my old ways because it's easy to do that just with how you deal with disappointment. Like I might just not talk to nobody for a little bit. And sometimes that's not healthy because you're in your head the whole time. But what's the hardest lesson you ever had to learn?
Probably the same thing that I just said, like just taking stuff for what it is. Like somebody can tell you something, but if they're showing you the opposite, you just have to like just take it. Like that's probably was my biggest.
You feel like you were, I know you said you only been in one relationship. You feel like you were a relationship person, you're a lover girl, or no?
Absolutely. I can't sneaky link. I can't do nothing without like feelings being there. Like it just be pointless to me. I'm definitely a relationship type girl.
Would you ever take somebody back that cheated on you?
Now, no.
Why? Some people are. When you're in a relationship for so long, like you said, you try to see the good in everything, and you don't want to break that. They don't want to break that off because you've been in a 4 or 5 year relationship, and it's like they're like, oh, like that's one mistake, like won't happen again. What you think?
I mean, I've taken somebody back before, but I feel like cycles repeat. So I feel like you taking that person back is only like, I don't know, I do feel like people change, but like at least like a break. I don't feel like after cheating you should just like stay with the person. But to each his own. But people do change, but now I probably wouldn't.
Would you tread lightly? You feel like even say you took that, like you said, you took that person back. You was treading lightly when you did that. Over.
I was like still all in damn near like. I don't know. That was my first. That was a lesson for me, definitely. Because like.
Well, do you think has a guy ever tried to lie to kick it with you?
Definitely.
That's common.
What type of lie? Especially in our like day and age, like dudes. I don't think like a lot of dudes aren't upfront about what they want. They try to make it seem like they're interested in you just to like get to something different. Like you don't have to lie. Like just
you respect them more if it's more upfront.
Absolutely. I feel like it's less time wasted because I know that's not what I'm looking for. So like.
So you tell them straight off do you entertain it though? Like I'm talking about, it started off like friendly conversation. Like
sometimes I probably shouldn't, but sometimes I do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how from like what you like from a female perspective, like some dudes really are genuine and whatever the case may be, but I don't know how you would really kind of see that coming.
Yeah, I was about to say it's kind of hard to like know what's like genuine and what's not like these days.
But and then with going back on the hardest lesson you ever learned, I didn't even touch on that for me. I think trusting people, like for me, if you're my friend or something like that, I'll probably go like all in for you, like regardless, like shirt off my back type of deal. But I think I love too hard as far as like friendships and stuff.
I agree.
But it hurts you in the end though, from doing all that. But I don't think I would ever regret that though.
I don't regret mine either. I feel like it's a lesson where like you grow from it. Everything is like a growing experience, a learning experience.
Yeah, and that's a crazy part, because I was thinking about this a few days ago. It's like we're so scared to like fail or whatever the case may be, but every failure is really a lesson learned if you doing what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
When you first came into college, what were you looking for as far as friendships, relationships, whatever?
Just genuine fun like things. I never partied or anything like before I came here for real. And like I had friends, but like I didn't have the type of friends that I have now that I'm in college. Like college friendships are definitely different from like back home friendships. Not in a bad way. They're just like you deal with this person like all the time. Like you're basically with this person for like so long. So I think college friendship just hit different. I was definitely looking for like some lifelong friends, and I think I found lifelong friends. Like I see these girls like being in my wedding or like stuff like that. So I was definitely looking for just like genuine fun things. I wasn't necessarily looking for a relationship in college. Of course it would be nice, but I wasn't really looking.
You weren't looking for one because of what happened in the past, or you just wasn't looking?
I've just never like been like the type, like a relationship type of person. I've always been like, what's the word? Like I stood on business. Like I wasn't for the games. Like I was like about my business basically. I
feel like a lot of girls that come into college, they do the complete opposite.
I agree.
But at the same time, it might just come from just being young and just wanting to have fun all the time. But I don't know. I think relationships, to me, it is. At this age, it's hard because nobody wants to stay together anymore. But I'm saying, like,
have fun,
when you first come into college and you trying to have fun, you can have fun without. I think people break up for the small stuff.
I agree.
That can be worked on. But to that person, like we said earlier, should also be a red flag. Or like as you're trying to, the biggest thing is just distinguishing what can be worked on and what's too far.
So would you take somebody back after cheating?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just not me, because I think I've dealt with people in the past like lying to me and stuff. I've only been in like the current relationship I'm in now. I've only been in one like serious one. But I don't think I can ever look at you the same because if I put all of my trust into you and then you do something like that, I don't know. I think maybe the time matters, or if I'm tripping or not. Because some people would be together for like 10 years and so on.
So after 10 years, you still would just be done?
Maybe. Why you make that sound?
I don't know. 10 years is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Just to throw it, you saying just to throw it away?
Yeah.
I could agree with that, but at the same time, I don't think you're ever gonna look at that person the same though.
Absolutely.
Because in the back of my mind, like every time when you go out or something like that, I'm just be like, dang, like what they're doing. I don't think I want to put myself through that headspace over, even if I love them, just over a person though in general. But have you ever had any bad friendships? I know we was talking about relationships for a little minute.
Yeah, when I was younger, I had terrible friendships, but I didn't think anything of it because I just wanted friends. Like, I'm the only girl of 4 kids. My mom has me and then my 3 younger brothers, so I wanted like female friends. Like, so I used to like deal with a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have dealt with. But when I got older, I learned like.
As far as what, like just drama,
like fake stuff, like talking about you behind your back and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like used to brush it off and stuff. But now, I definitely know.
You wouldn't deal with that now at all?
At all.
Do you think confronting the person about it and moving on from it is good, or just dropping it how it is? I don't feel like I'll ever talk to that person again just because of what I know that they did behind my back.
I think if you're not going to confront them, I think you should confront them, basically. I don't like letting stuff just sit and marinate, because it just like makes more tension. It just like makes you like mad.
But if you cut them off, I don't think there's any tension though.
Okay, so if you're gonna cut them off, then
that's what
you don't really have to say nothing. But if you still gonna be their friend, definitely like say something, like bring it up.
Like that wasn't cool type of deal.
Yeah, you gotta like nip it in the bud fast.
Yeah, like I know like a previous podcast, it might have been like episode 3, I think. I said like you can't let stuff linger because it's gonna end up being worse in the end. I think we do that. Friendships, relationships, even family members. Like I think we give family members the biggest benefit of the doubt because like, oh, that's family. But I had friends that's way closer than family or way realer than family, or keep it 100 way better than some family members. Not saying all my family or whatever.
Definitely.
What's your relationship like with your family?
I think I have a good relationship with my family. I think I'm the type of person, like I know my boundaries with people, so like I know how to deal with people. Like I know what to do and like what not to do. I know like what to tell them and what not to tell them because I just know the type of people they are. So like I just deal with certain people to like a certain extent.
And like me, I know it's like kind of like back in high school, our family had like a big fallout or whatever. I'm not gonna get into like the details about what it was about, but it made you look at your family members kind of a different type of light. Like you would never think that they would do something like that. But I think just now, like I've been out of high school for some years now. Just now, forgiving them in like my heart for doing what they did to like my part of the family or whatever. But forgiveness is big for me. I can forgive, but I don't think that I have to keep talking to that person again because like I said, I'm still gonna think about what happened in the past and whatever the case. You can still let bygones be bygones, but I don't know.
It's easier to just forgive and move on and keep thinking about it.
Are you big on forgiveness?
I am now. I didn't used to be, but I am now.
What, you hold grudges?
I used to, but I don't know. Everybody deserves to be forgiven. I feel like forgiveness, like you said, like you just gotta move on from it. You gotta forgive and just know, like now you know, like what type of people they are. Like it just shows you like a different.
Yeah, that's true. Like you said, that's probably the best point of everything. For everybody deserves forgiveness because you gotta look at how many times you've been forgiven by people or whatever the case may have been, just for you to not.
Yeah.
It's hard though, because some situations are so deep where you don't even want to look at the person. and you still. But I feel like if you hold it out in your heart the whole time, that's gonna mess you up.
Definitely.
I mean, but with forgiveness though, I wasn't like that when I was younger. I was real good at holding a grudge. Like I didn't have the best relationship with my older brother, and I think I used to think about that all the time. Like, well, I'm never going to forgive him, or I'm never going. But now, like, we talk every now and again. Our relationship's gotten like 10 times better. But just me being able to find that forgiveness, it made me happier because, like, it's like I'm not mad at him no more for what happened, or you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. That's like the same for my dad. I used to hold so many grudges against him, but it's like it's no point.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
y'all have a relationship, or is it just?
I wouldn't say we have a relationship, but I mean, like on his birthday, I'll call him, tell him happy birthday. Father's Day, call him, tell him happy Father's Day. It's like, just like those simple things.
Is it like night and day between like your dad and your mom? I know it's so weird because a lot of people say that daughters don't get along well with their mothers. Do you think that's not the case for you?
That's not the case for me at all. My mom is like, if nobody got me, my mama got me for sure. And if nobody got her, I got her. Like we really got each other's back.
Why do you think it's that stigma around relationships with people's like with mothers and daughters like that?
I don't know. I think moms are, I don't know how they, adults period, like they think they're always right when it comes to like children. They always have the upper hand, and I think like in this generation, like we're noticing like some stuff like you're not right about. Like some stuff is very toxic, especially in Black households. Like it's a lot of toxic stuff going on in Black households, and I think like when we notice it, that's when like the bumping heads like come, because like that's some stuff is not right. But me and my mom, we were never like that for real. I mean, I've always gone along with her. Like of course we had our little arguments here and there, but it was never like no, oh I can't stand her like. And it only got stronger when I got to school, because when I got to school, like I realized like she's really only one of the only people like who got my back. Like when I'm at school, like if I need anything, like she's gonna make a way to like make sure I have it.
And I think my relationship with my dad got stronger as I went away to school. Like just how with you and mom, me and my dad like tight 100%. He's came to all my football practices during high school, little league, track practices. Like never missed any games or meets or whatever. It's like me and my dad, we never said I love you until I got to college. Like that's that final goodbye. Like like when you send somebody away, like we never said that until we got to college. And I think that was huge for me, because now we talk maybe at least once a day on the phone about whatever it is. Because some people don't have that best relationships with their dad just because whatever happened with their dad and their mom or whatever the case is. But my parents are still together, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, but my dad, we definitely got closer as I went away to college. But that was huge for my mom too, because she saw that kind of spark. I wouldn't say spark. I'll say spark. She saw that spark like between us, just getting closer and talking every day, because it never used to be like that. Like I'm gonna talk about something that's kind of like deep for me or whatever. When I was, I want to say a freshman in high school, my dad was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. And I think the doctor only gave him like a few months to live. And he didn't tell us until he was done with his treatment and whatever the case may be. I was hurt because I didn't see the signs of like, oh, like somebody's sick or like my dad's sick or whatever the case is. And like when he finally told us, like I broke down crying, and I was like, I think for maybe like the next 2 years, I would like barely talk to him, and we stay in the same house, just because in my like young mind, I'm thinking like I gotta distance myself, because if I lose him, then
it's gonna be
even worse. Yeah. Which was the wrong way to go about things. That's why I'm so glad now that I'm able to talk to him like every single day, because that's how I used to be though. Like I would get home from school, go in my room, and that would be it, just because I was so scared of losing him at that time.
So how is he now? Like
great health. He works out with my trainer back home, so like I'll work out like right after him. He comes like early in the morning, still working. So
that's great.
Yeah, that was a tough time for me.
Yeah.
But it was a time where I realized that wasn't the healthy way. That's when I finally stopped.
Holding grudges and stuff.
Yeah, and cutting people off at the same time. That just because I was scared that something bad might happen. 'Cause I think I started doing that for a lot of relationships just because I was so scared of losing my dad at the age. Because I graduated high school at 17, so I was young. Like I was a freshman. I was like 14 or whatever, about to be 15 or whatever the case was. But yeah, so moral of this podcast, moral of the story is don't hold grudges. Absolutely. Definitely be big on forgiveness and do what you love because it's the best for your mental health. Absolutely. I appreciate you for coming on the show today.
I had a great time. I appreciate you for having me.
Make sure you guys stay tuned in next week. Actually in 2 weeks, we're changing it now to every other week for podcast, just to give you guys time to digest everything. Thank you for watching 365 Podcast. We out.